There's a concept that a lot of people talk about and know about, especially people who are entrepreneurs and putting themselves out there and really going for something. And that concept is limiting beliefs. And you hear a lot of people talking about limiting beliefs and how they hold you back and that you shouldn't think them. But there are other thoughts that you shouldn't be thinking as well that aren't necessarily limiting beliefs but can harm you just as much, if not more. And we're going to talk about those in this video today. I'm Lori Reeves, founder and CEO of Brand Strength, and I help entrepreneurs master the skills necessary to attract and obtain more paying clients. Okay, so let's talk about these thoughts that I was talking about in the intro. Now, obviously, limiting beliefs are bad. Now, a limiting belief is something that you believe that does not serve you. So it's a belief that's holding you back. So let's say you have a limiting belief that you don't have enough experience to go out and charge the prices that you want to charge so that you can start your business and serve the people that you want to serve. Now, believing that you don't have the experience that you need is what would be considered a limiting belief, okay? Now, it's probably not true. Most limiting beliefs are not true. They limit what you allow yourself to believe about yourself in order to take steps and make progress. But there are some other thoughts that can be harming you just as much as a limiting belief, and you may have an excuse for actually using them, or you may find yourself telling somebody, but it's true. Okay? Now, what if you think a thought that's true over and over and over? Maybe the truth is that you only have 1 year of experience. Okay? So maybe that's the truth. And you tell yourself all the time, I only have 1 year of experience, so I'm not ready to go out and build this big business. If someone were to challenge you, they may say, well, you're saying you're not experienced enough. And you're like, no. What I said is I only have 1 year of experience. They can't say that's not true if you really do have 1 year of experience. But is saying I only have 1 year of experience serving you? It is not. The way you're saying it, even though it's a true statement, you're using it to hold yourself back. It's basically being a limiting belief, even though it's a true thought. Now, I've experienced this, something very similar in my life years and years ago when I was pregnant. And I was working at a nonprofit, and so I was seeing people every single day, right? Well, when I was pregnant, and I'm super tall, you may not know this about me, but I'm like 5'10", kind of a long body, and a lot of people told me when I got pregnant that it would be a long time before I started showing because I had such a long torso and there was a lot of room in there for the baby to grow. Well, that ended up being wrong, and I started coming out at 12 weeks. I was in maternity pants, and my belly grew pretty big. Well, there was a woman that I worked with who, as I progressed in my pregnancy and I got bigger and bigger, she would stop me in the hallway most days and joke with me, are you sure you're only having one baby? You're big enough to have twins. And I kept telling her, look, you have to stop telling me how big I am. It hurts my feelings. And she would come back and say, but it's true. I didn't care if it was true. I was big, but hearing every single day, it probably wasn't every day. I'm probably remembering it wrong. This was like 15 years ago, so let's just put that out there. I was big. I probably wasn't hearing that every single day, but every time she said it to me, it hurt my feelings. It did not help me feel good about how I was looking, if I was hurting, or if I was like done being pregnant that day. Her saying that to me didn't help me feel better. And so when she would say to me, but it's true, I would say, that's not a reason to say something to somebody. How many observations do you make about people that you keep to yourself because it would not be kind to say it, even though it's true? Like I could have said to her, boy, you have a lot of wrinkles on your face. It's true. Like, that's not nice. That's not what I would say, but it's along the same lines. So, this is just like you have to take into consideration just because something is true, it does not mean that it's in any person's best interest for that to be said. Now, whether you're saying it out loud or saying it in your mind or just letting it be a thought that you're letting run rampant over and over and over in your mind, if it's not serving you, then it should not be said. So I want you to take truth off the table for any sentence or phrase or thought that you might have in your head, and it does not matter if it's true. What only matters is if it serves you or it does not serve you. So if you have any thoughts in your head that you can identify right now, these thoughts are not helping me, they are not serving me, but they are true, I want you to find an alternate thought that is just as true, but does feel like it's in service of you. So, if you are the person saying, I only have 1 year of experience, then you could turn that around to, I have a whole year of experience. And it feels much different in your body. You feel much more capable when you say it like that. So even though it literally is the same statement, the energy behind it changes, and it changes everything inside of your body of how that thought makes you feel. Even though the truth of the statement was there before and it's there now, the way it was said before did not serve you, and the way you can say it differently can. So I hope this is helpful for you, because so much of the success that we all have in life depends on our mindset, and most of our mindset is determined by the thoughts that we think. And we get to choose those thoughts, and we get to practice choosing new thoughts that make us feel better. So I hope this is helpful for you, because I want you to be able to go out there and attract and convert more paying clients, but you have to believe in yourself first. You can't sell you to someone else until you are sold on you first. And that starts in your mind, in the thoughts that you think over and over. And I want you to try on these thoughts, see how much better they feel for you, just to change that one sentence in your head that on the one hand can make you feel like drugged down and, defeated. And then if you say it the other way, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that's right. Like, you can use it to brag about, even though, again, it's the same sentence. So hope this was helpful for you. If you like this video, give it a like. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, because I release a video every single week where I'm giving little tidbits. Some of them are mindset focused like this, and some of them are practical ways that you can better share with the world what you're doing so that you can attract the right people and get more paying clients. So I'll see you again next week.